the angels close the register and begin listening to the khutbah. Allahu Akbar. That is to say, no writing of attendance again in here. And seriously, when I actually learned of this, I was like, Allahu Akbar. So seriously, I don't imagine that. All the time that, in fact, sometimes I'll be happy that, okay, Juma starts by 1, at least be 1:30, I be 1:50. She did much that she didn't mean doing. I like, I want to go what it's lock up book pay. I think about khutbah long here. So please, the best is actually to get to masjid before khutbah commences at all. Wallahi, it's the best. You get the rewards for it, and you know what it actually means to get the reward of sacrificing a camel or a cow or even a chicken in the path of Allah. Please, let's ponder about this. It is very, very much important. So please, be cool, I beg. Let's endeavor to go to Juma early in order to get our rewards in full package. We don't want half, we don't want quarter, we don't just want, okay, fine, we get blessings for everything we do on that day, but at least let's collect it in full. You see, Ochikoko Al-Barika is very necessary. It's good though. It's good if you actually have the big highs for blessings. It's very necessary. Al-Barika can quote you. So please, let's work towards that. May Allah make it easy for us all. I mean, let's definitely curb the habit of going to Juma 10 or 15 minutes to Salat time. Ejo. The other essential thing expected of us to do on Fridays is to recite Surah Al-Kahf. Yeah, I'm sure most of us already know or heard about the recitation of Surah Al-Kahf on every Fridays. Like we see here and there, this Surah Al-Kahf, recite Surah Al-Kahf, Juma Baraks. Yes, it is necessary to recite Surah Al-Kahf on Fridays. And though along the long run, some of us might be like, what's exactly the essence? What's the significance of this Surah Al-Kahf? Everyone is screaming on Fridays. Let me gist you about that if you don't know. There's an hadith that illustrates for Surah saying that, whoever recites Surah Al-Kahf on Jumu'ah will have the nur, that is the light, the illumination of Allah's light, that the light of that surah shine upon you from that Jumu'ah till the next. Allahu Akbar. You can actually recite either the first 10 ayahs, that is the verses of the chapter of the last 10 verses of Al-Kahf, or the both first and last 10 verses. But ideally, it's best to complete Surah Al-Kahf. Let's just read it. But in case if you're rushing, okay, you can just recite the first 10 verses or the last 10 verses, or recite the first and last 10 verses. But it is perfect if you recite the complete surah. Wallahi lazim. Sometimes you might feel procrastination is we are so obsessed with procrastinations. We procrastinate a lot. But if you actually have that sincere intentions in us that you really want to do it, but like, you even know when you finish, like you just get used to that. Okay, I have no recited Kahf. I really want to recite this. May Allah make it easy for us. Go easy, but I'm trying. We are all striving. May Allah make it easy for us, inshallah. Ameen. And in case if we don't know, the validity of the surah being recited on the day of Jumu'ah is from the sunset of Thursday to the sunset of Friday. Please, I know most of us already know this, but we still feel reluctant to recite it. And for some of us who never learnt about this and you're just hearing it for the first time or more, or maybe with the impression of you are not sure if you can, please, you can actually do that. You can. Just put up the intention with sincerity. Wallahi, Allah is going to make it easy for you by His will. Next is attending Juma by foot is actually best if the masjid isn't distant. Like even if it's not actually a distant place. Because when walking to attend Juma, a Muslim gets the reward of both praying Qiyam Layl, that is the night prayer, and fasting a full year. Allahu Akbar. So if your masjid is close by, it's best if you actually walk to the mosque. But if it is take transport to, but if it is close by, it's best you walk to it, because every step you take, you get rewards for that. It is very, very good too. Next is on getting to the masjid. The next thing expected of us is to sit quietly and calmly at the masjid and pay attention to the sermon. As I said earlier, that at the commencement of the sermon, the angels close their registers and listen to the sermon, then who are you not to? There's a common mistake we actually make, most especially at Juma. Like most especially at Juma prayers, most of us usually arrive at the masjid during Imam's khutbah, and the next thing we do is to observe Nawafil. Sincerely, I know of this very much. In fact, I used to do it very much well before I knew this. As regards that, I really intend to make some things clear to us all. Normally, it's not to observe 2 rakat Nawafil upon entering or visiting any masjid at all, be it far or near. That act is actually just like you're saying a taslim or greeting the masjid, and it's also rewarding, but it's so common. We restrict this action to only Fridays, and unfortunately always during the khutbah. I'm so sorry, but it's not meant to be. There's an hadith that says during the days of Rasulullah, it was a Juma prayer and the sermon was ongoing. Then a man came into the masjid and was about observing Nawafil. Then the Prophet asked him to halt the Nawafil, that is to stop, and sit to listen to the sermon. So that shows the significance of the khutbah. So we should understand how significant paying attention to the khutbah is. Even the saying of taslim and or like taslim talking or having little talks or whatsoever, them should be suspended till after the Juma's prayer. Whatever it is you want to do, once you get to the front of the masjid, just keep calm, enter the masjid, sit. That is why it's best if you come before khutbah. You observe Nawafil, then you sit. But if the Imam is already saying the sermon and all of that, it's best you just enter masjid, sit quietly and listen. Even if you don't understand, you are not to ask questions, talk, or actually, in fact, when correcting someone to keep quiet, go yourself, you've actually committed and observed it. So it's better you just stay quiet and pay attention to the khutbah. So definitely after Juma prayer, then you can actually say taslim, greet everyone and all of that. But during that period, it's best you just sit calmly. Because some of us are used to greeting and chatting during Juma. It's not meant to be. So if that's the case, be co-ejo. Let's stop that, please. There's an hadith that says, whosoever says to his friend while Imam is delivering khutbah on Friday, keep quiet, has also committed an absurdity. So even when you warn or correct someone during khutbah is wrong. So it's best to keep calm during khutbah, and also while sitting in the masjid, we should avoid stretching our feet towards Qibla. Some of us are used to that already. We stretch our feet towards Qibla or resting on our arm. Instead, it's best to sit with our legs crossed into each other. That's the best position to sit in masjid. We can rest, like resting on an arm, most especially our left arm, or putting our leg out towards Qibla is not meant to be. So let's actually take note of that too. Another thing is, it's best to sit as close as we can to the Imam as possible. That is to maintain the first rows and all. When you come to the masjid, like if you come early, you sit at the first row and of that, maintaining that lane. And please do not separate. That is sitting between two people. It's not good. And also, it's inappropriate to jump over the shoulders of others in order to get to the front. Or more, that one's a day. In situations where it's very obvious that the rows are filled though. Like the rows in front are filled. But no, we still want to jump to create space, invisible space for ourselves. So please, for those of us who do that, let's put away with that act. And the next thing to do definitely is to send lots of salawat and blessings to the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Rasulullah said, the best of your days is Fridays. On that day, Adam ﷺ was created. On that day, he died. On that day, the trumpet will be blown. And on that day, all the creation was sworn. So send a lot of blessings upon me, for your blessings will be shown to me. And they said, O Messenger of Allah, how will our blessings upon you be shown to you when you've turned to dust? He replied, Allah has forbidden the earth to consume the bodies of the prophets, peace be upon them. MashaAllah. So it's very much necessary to send blessings upon Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam on the day of Jummah. One thing we should know is it's forbidden to fast on Fridays unless one observes the fast a day before or after that Friday. So we don't just pick up a fast on Friday and just fast mean that day. We should either fast from the previous day or the day that follows it. And it is also good to give charity on the day of Jumu'ah, because giving charity during this day is more virtuous than any other day. And it's advised to improve in good deeds on Jumu'ah too. And the beautiful thing is, sins are forgiven on the day of Jumu'ah, and hell is fired up during every other day of the week except Fridays, as a mark of honor and respect for the day of Jumu'ah. Allahu Akbar. So please, let's endeavor to make lots of du'as on this blessed day, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will surely grant them most, especially if it falls during the golden hour after Asri prayer. That is the last hour of Asri before Maghrib Adhan. Prayers at that moment are always granted by Allah's will. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue to ease our affairs and forgive our shortcomings, inshallah. And on the day of Jumu'ah, the greetings we actually say to each other is Jumu'ah Mubarak, Jumu'ah Mufida. And the response is Taqabbalallahu minna wa minkum. And I make every of our endeavors easy for us. Every of our affairs may actually grant ease for us in every aspect, inshallah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us all the ability to act upon all of these virtuous deeds, and Sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, inshallah. Please, I urge us all to take good advantage of the blessings of this beautiful day of the week. It is necessary. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala fill us up where we are all lacking. I do hope this will be beneficial to us all. Hopefully. Please do let us know your comments, views, and all in the comments box. And do not forget to follow us up on IG at Afak Online Radio. And you can also find me on Facebook at Abiba Mujisola. Feel free to share your views about this program. I would sincerely appreciate that. And hey, my listeners, you guys know I've got you always. I say a big and beautiful Jazakumullah khairan to you all. Thanks for listening. Shukran jazilan. May Allah's blessings and no never cease upon you and your family. Wa rafa'annahu makanu aliyan. Till I board with you on the next edition of Muslimah's World with Beebah. Please keep up with the acts of kindness and check up on your friend today. I bid you all with peace and love. Please do remember me in your du'as. Please do stay happy and safe, always, because you deserve to be happy. I love you all for the sake of Allah. I am your favorite girl, Beebah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Masalam.